Have you ever been curious to know what gets under an avoidant's skin? It's not chasing them. It's not begging for clarity. It's not trying to prove your worth. It's actually the moment you stop performing for their potential and remember who the hell you are. And I'm going to give you a real life example of how this happened to me literally this past week, you guys. But before we get started, this is a Divine's Finest, you guys. Welcome to bonus episode 20, where we're going to talk about how they can regret you the moment that you detach from them. Okay? So don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And also, if you're stuck in a breadcrumbing situation or with someone, or if you're stuck in a situation and you kind of don't know what to do next, my free 7-day secure self will definitely help you with that. So make sure you check that out in the link in the bio. And if you want to dig deeper, I have my Decentering Men journal in there too. Okay. So I actually did an episode about this past week. I forgot which episode this was. I know I did it recently, but basically somebody from my past, right, that I've known for years, okay, since I was in college. So I would say probably back in probably 2013-ish, maybe somewhere around there, okay. I look at this person as like a big brother, like that sort of thing, okay? And, our friendship has been pretty much has been in where he popped in and out. He would go sometimes. I wouldn't really hear from him a whole lot, basically, right? And recently, not even 2 weeks ago, he basically, confessed his feelings for me. And he was just like, I remember you being so sweet and kind. I was so attracted to you. My cousin thought you were a good person as well. I'm gonna have to somehow put this somewhere on, on this episode, you guys, somewhere. Or I might make a reel out of it. I don't know, but just to show you guys what I'm talking about. And, don't get me wrong, I was polite, I was kind, and I was responding. I was just like, oh, that's nice of you to say. It's always been, I already seen you, I only see you as a friend, like a big brother, you know what I mean? And then, I think a day later or so, my curiosity got the best of me, and I was just like, hey, random question. And I asked him, I was like, what made you decide to share how you felt after all this time? I'm just curious, right? And you'll never guess what happened, you guys, is that he literally just ignored me for 4 days, you guys. Yeah, he just basically ghosted me, right? And, I could simply think oh, maybe he just got busy or whatever. But here's the thing with the new me is that I don't tolerate inconsistency with anybody. I have a 3-day rule, meaning if it's been more than 3 days, under some circumstances, I should be hearing from you. Okay, just saying. And when he finally did respond, he was just like, I've been said it. You just took me for a joke, laugh out loud. What did you think about my video? So we're going to pause right there, okay? Because this is an example of avoidant behavior, classic avoidant behavior at that. Deflection, humor to downplay vulnerability, skating right past the emotional question and switching the subject. Have you guys ever had this happen before? Maybe not this specific situation, but something where you notice somebody won't even answer your question. Oh my God, I hate that so much. Oh my God. So, and see, here's the thing about it is that, he's skating right past the emotional question and switching the whole entire subject, right? That's their way of staying in control and not sitting in discomfort of closeness. Because deep down, intimacy scares avoidance, okay? And here's where the power shift happens, is that, let me tell you, the best way to get back at these dudes, at these people, guys, is to not chase. Don't double text. Don't spiral. None of that. I didn't do, and I'm still not doing any of that right now, because I'm not the same person I was, when silence like that would have wrecked my nervous system, right? The new me actually ghosts. I am the one that goes silent. I don't react. Don't do any of that, guys. I know it's hard not to react, okay? But the best thing you can do for yourself and to make this person freaking spiral so freaking hard, is not even a freaking joke anymore, is to go silent on their ass, okay? I am so serious right now. And I'm not trying to be harsh or I'm not trying to make it sound like, be this whole, I'm not trying to make you look like a villain, okay? Or try to do things out of evil. But this is the best way to make an avoidant respect you in a sense, okay? I promise you, because I've tested this out before, all right, as well too. Not just with him, but with someone else, a couple other people, okay? But I also want you to hear this part clear as well too, is that the number one way, I already said pretty much is by being silent. But if you got to know how to calm your nervous system down. That's the other thing, to keep you from reacting. All right. But the main way, not only did I just explain it about being silent, but the main way to make an avoidant losing you is to no longer abandon yourself of trying to be chosen by them. So it kind of goes hand in hand with this, all right? So you got to stop making their inconsistency your responsibility. Stop trying to decode crumbs like they're a gourmet meal. You got to stop shrinking yourself just to be tolerated. And when you stay grounded in your worth, you stop being the person they can run hot and cold with. You become the one who got away, not because you were playing games, but because you finally stopped accepting anything less than emotional safety. Okay? And here's some other things that avoidants hate the most, you guys. And look this stuff up, you guys. I kid you not. You got to look this stuff up. I don't say these things for a reason. Okay? So one of the things that they hate the most is that they hate when their absence no longer phases you. They hate when their silence is met with your silence, like I was just talking about. They hate when you stop seeking validation from them and give it to yourself. Ooh, I love that one. I'm a master at that now, myself. And they hate when the version of you they thought would always be there isn't anymore, okay? And here's the beautiful twist of it all, is when you shift your focus inward into your healing, your boundaries, your joy, they feel that loss, even if they never say anything, okay? Because avoidants thrive on the energy of being needed without having to show up. And the second you stop needing them, that's when they lose their power. So, here's your reclaiming pep talk, is that you're not too much. They were too unavailable. You're not hard to love. They were too afraid to love deeply. You don't need to prove anything. Your presence is the prize. Let them regret. Let them replay the old conversations. Let them scroll through your stories, wondering if someone else is loving you right. And you're busy building a life where you are the main character. And only those capable of meeting you there get a front row seat. And lastly, if you guys resonate with this episode, or if this episode hit home, I created something that will definitely help you take this even deeper, which is in my Decentering Men journal I talked about earlier in the beginning of this episode, because it's a guided journey out of anxious patterns, out of breadcrumb cycles, and into the most magnetic version of yourself. The woman or the man who no longer chases potential. The link in the description is below, and it is available right now. Make sure you check it out. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. I really hope you guys resonated with this episode. And I'll speak to you guys in the very next episode.